What's up, y'all, and welcome back to another episode of Ice-T6 Radio Podcast. I'm your host, Bae B New Year. Hope you all had a great winter break. Christmas carols and eggnog out now. Go check it out. Also, we have the Hustle Boss Business Show, baby. It's all that. Yeah. And guess what? It's 2026 and a Bae B New Year Roar 2 will be dropping in 2026. Yeah, I know it's been 5 years since Roar 1, but Roar 2 gonna be dropping this year. So make sure y'all check it out. Yup. Welcome back, y'all. It's Ice-T6 Radio Episode 2. Let's get into it, y'all. We have some breaking news. Before we get into all that, I want to make an exciting announcement. This is big, y'all. Like, for real. For all my gamers, I got the opportunity to work on the soundtrack for Roblox, y'all. Yes, y'all heard it right. Roblox. Christmas carols and eggnog and the Hustle Boss Business Show will be featured for gamers on Roblox. So if you're looking for some next level excitement and some music to get you hyped while you're playing the video game, make sure y'all check out Roblox. Now let's get into today's episode of Ice-T6 Radio Podcast, y'all. It's Bae B New Year. Yep. Make sure y'all comment and subscribe. Welcome to Ice-T6 Radio Podcast. I just want to say this, for FCC reasons, everything in today's episode of Ice-T6 Radio Podcast is alleged. Today we have some breaking news. I know it's almost spring break and summertime, and y'all birthday are right around the corner. Y'all planning y'all's girls trips, y'all's bromances, and y'all ready to turn up. Well, we have an important topic of discussion for today's meeting. Alcohol. Yeah. Let's get into it, y'all. The global wine and spirits industry is currently going through a very, very, very tough time. Everyone listen up. They are coming to crash the party. The United States of America and the European Union are negotiating alcohol rates concerning trade agreements. A trade deal of imposing a 15% tariffs on European goods was reached, but wine and spirits were left out of the deal, leaving major concern for the alcohol industry. Recently, the European Union had discussions of a 50% tariff on American whiskey. Because of this, the Trump administration threatens a 200% tariff on European champagne, wine, and spirits. The alcoholic beverage consumers on both sides have been feeling the impacts of these negotiations at the cash register. If you are a stakeholder concerning the alcoholic beverage industry, people need to make some time to connect with their representatives, because this could have implications on congruent prices for different event services products moving forward. Canada has decided to boycott and has pulled American alcoholic beverages from shelves until further notice. Y'all, Canada announced that for the good of Ontario, for the good of Canada, in response to U.S. tariffs on Canadian goods, products produced in the U.S. are no longer available until further notice. The state of Kentucky in the United States produces 95% of the world's bourbon. Some distilleries are pausing production of whiskey and alcoholic beverages as worries of the impact of trade policies loom. Several million proof gallons of alcohol have been negatively impacted, and production of American whiskey and other alcohol products have been paused as the negotiations continue and plans are made to return the alcohol and spirit industry to its rightful glory as it goes through this tough time. we do have some good alcohol news. Virginia has become the 26th state in the United States to make to-go cocktails permanent. Yay! Let's see if we can get that list to 50 sooner than later. Whew. And this is only the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the global alcoholic beverages and spirits industry. They said they are coming to crash the party, y'all. So much drama over alcohol. Y'all make sure y'all are tapping that like button and subscribing to the show, y'all. So what do y'all think about all of this? Let me know in the comments. Next topic of discussion in today's meeting is marijuana. It's ICT6 Radio Podcast. Let's get into it, y'all. As of November 2025, the United States federal government is implementing a nationwide ban on most hemp-derived THC products to go in effect within a year. Marijuana rescheduled. President Trump says that he is open to legalizing marijuana, but it has to be done in a safe way. While we are while we are talking about Trump in this episode, let's talk about the fact that he doesn't have any pets. He does have robot dogs patrolling Mar-a-Lago. So many people follow and make content about presidential pets. President Bush's dog bit a reporter. President Obama's dog bit someone, and President Clinton's cat attacked him. Since the royal family, Meghan and Harry, are living in America again, I guess we can just briefly talk about their pets. If you haven't got the tea on the president's pet attacks and bites, check out ICT6 Radio Podcast Episode 1. It's a cool podcast. It's action-packed. So everybody, go check it out. I want to give a shout out to all of the conservationists and environmentalists, as well as all of the people who recycle and pick up trash in the community. Thank you for joining the meeting today. I want to let you all know today that all of your hard work has been paying off. For today's meeting, I have a list of delisted, endangered, and threatened species, which means the species that I'm about to name are some of the several species that have been recently brought back into a healthy population size in the wild after once being endangered or threatened for extinction. The Lake Erie water snake, American alligator, Indian flap-shelled turtle, Kanab ambersteel, Magazine mountain shagreen, Utah valvata snail, Idaho spring snail, concho water snake, Morlet's crocodile, island night lizard, bonito gecko, gray whale, brown pelican, turquoise parakeet, scarlet-chested parakeet, black cape vireo, Kauai akoloa, Botman's warbird, large Kauai maua akapau, maua nukupo, Malokai creeper, po'olai, brittle white-eye, bracken bed cave mesh weaver, pine barrens tree frog. And I understand I have an accent, y'all, but thank you. Yes, thank y'all so much for y'all hard work. It's really paying off. Y'all making a difference in these animals' lives and everyone who enjoys animals. These animals as many as countless others are crucial to the environment, food chains, as well as agriculture and aquatic ecosystems. So every little bit makes a difference. Again, I want to give a shout out to all of the conservationists and environmentalists, as well as all of the people who recycle and pick up trash in the community. Y'all, there has been a shocking development. Like I was telling y'all about the species that have been recently delisted, what I'm about to tell y'all next in today's meeting has an impact on us all. I have some breaking news. The Special Olympics 2023 Winter Games canceled. The 2020 Special Olympic Winter Games canceled. Next topic of discussion for today's meeting is transportation. The truth is, everyone needs at least two vehicles at any given time. They've been doing some negotiations and they are saying a 50% tariff is currently being placed on European imports of the material steel, with a threat of 200% tariffs on auto imports. This is a big deal. A considerable amount of people are in the market for used cars and will be in the market for a used car in the future. With all of the recent developments in the auto industry, this is a concern and a topic of discussion amongst the automobile community. Let us know in the comments what you all think about all of this, and tell us about your car journey ahead given the recent developments in auto industry. Let's talk about it in the comments, y'all. The next topic for today's meeting is about United States of America election officer and election officials. Preservation of order at elections, which has been since amended, states the officers of election, with the consent of the chief law enforcement officer for the county or city, may designate a law enforcement officer who shall attend at the polling place and preserve order inside and outside of the polling place. I've been an election officer in the United States for nearly a decade. I'm just going to say this. People in other departments of the government have gotten to keep their policing duties and powers, etc., but we have had these recent developments concerning election officers. Do you think you will do any election work in the future personally, or have you already done election work? What do you all think about this situation? Let us know in the comments, y'all. Another topic amongst election workers and government officials concerning election work is election worker pay. Some of our work days can end up being 15 to 16 hours from the opening of the polls to the closing of the poll, but a lot of us are receiving less than minimum wage for such an essential job concerning the government and its citizens, etc. Several calls for raise of election worker pay have been made, so I'm also going to mention that during today's meeting. Finishing up the election officer segment of today's meeting, the Virginia Governor's Office, Virginia General Assembly, and House have designated the Tuesday following Election Day as Election Worker Appreciation Day. Calls for free school meals. The next topic of today's meeting is so sad, y'all. I got some sad news, y'all. This is a bad situation, y'all, and we want to hear your input in the comments. I came across an interview recently of a young homeless teenager who was being interviewed because He had made straight A's in school. However, when they showed where this young man was living, he showed us his home, which was a tent on the sidewalk. This young man was between 14 and 16 years old, living in a tent in the United States of America. Not only was I sad, but I was confused because I didn't understand why these homeless children were living outside and not in foster care. What's going on with the foster care system, y'all? I feel like all the homeless children should be in foster care or not, and not on the streets. Another idea I came up with is that we use public funds to send all the homeless children to boarding schools across the country. I don't think these children should be allowed to sleep on the streets, and it's our responsibility as a country to make sure we either put them into boarding schools or into foster care where they will have a roof over their heads every day. Let me know what y'all think about all of this in the comment section, y'all. What should we do with all the homeless youth? Let us know in the comments. I was having a conversation with a woman a couple weeks ago. This was before the October 2025 government shutdown, where a massive amount of families' independence benefits were halted for a considerable amount of time, affecting many things, including food, resources, to feed these families. As I spoke to the lady in a casual conversation, she let me know that many parents and families were concerned because their children needed to be fed throughout the school day and that the meals were not free and that the families are struggling to get all of the things that these kids needed, including paying for school meals. So on top of not receiving their supplemental nutrition food resources during the shutdown, they also have to pay out of pocket to feed kids at school when they are already struggling to feed them at home. So I feel that we as a government should also be budgeting free meals for students throughout the school day. In my opinion, it's not only helping these families who wouldn't have to worry about how their children are getting a breakfast and lunch, but it also helps the economy, as I have seen plenty of articles and information about farmers needing more revenues of income and how the prices at grocery store have risen on many items currently. What do y'all think? Should we be helping these families and farmers by providing free school meals throughout the day for all the students, which in turn stimulates the agricultural economy? Let me know what y'all think about all of this in the comments. The last topic for today's meeting deals with the film industry. Y'all, there is so much going on. So we only gonna touch on a few things during today's meeting. If there is anything, and I mean anything that we didn't cover in today's meeting, make sure y'all talk about it in the comment section. And if you see anyone carrying on a conversation in a conversation, make sure y'all engage with them. Okay, so on to the last topic of the day. For all of you who haven't found out yet, the Corporation of Public Broadcasting is officially shutting down. How many film directors, producers, companies were still using the Corporation of Public Broadcasting? How many content creators were hoping to use the platform? How many have applied to work or collaborate with the Corporation of Public Broadcasters? You could have even submitting resume, but were either denied or ghosted. Well, after 60 years of service to the community, the Corporation of Public Broadcasting is officially shutting down. Not only is the Corporation of Public Broadcasting shutting down, but also MTV is shutting down all of its music channels. The Soul Train Awards and the BET Hip Hop Awards have all officially been canceled and pulled off air. How many of y'all were using that? There are a few programs moving to different online platforms and streaming services. This is a big deal, y'all, especially for those working or hoping to work with these platforms. Everyone working in the industry and all of the content creators have to figure out what that means to them personally and how they are going to move forward given the situation. We also have to figure out how we can utilize the artificial intelligence tools to complement the work we are already doing from simple machines. We are reimagining so much. These are very impressive tools, but I still think there is an appreciation for work in coding done from scratch. So maybe you should consider telling these artists and creatives how great their work is when they did it from scratch as well, and we'll all see how that turns out for everyone trying to create and code without modern or future AI. What do y'all think about all of this? Let me know in the comment section, y'all. Let's see. Y'all, Jet Magazine and Ebony Magazine have ended print runs and have moved to exclusively digital, which is also big news. How many of y'all were using those physical magazines or hoping to still use them? I like to go to the movie theaters several times a month. It's a great way to pass the time and it's cultured. It's like going to an art gallery or a tennis match. It's artistic and subjective. Ever since the pandemic, theaters have been struggling to bounce back. Let me know in the comments what amenities do you all want to see in the movie theaters. Let me know in the comments. There have been threats of over 200% tariffs on foreign films from the United States government while they are making these negotiations for all of the moviegoers. We have to figure all of this out as soon as possible. We are reimagining so many things: alcohol, television, movies. Just so much has to evolve with the times. Things people truly love and enjoy, but we are having a disconnect at negotiation tables. But we have to figure all of this out for everyone's own good, or we will continue to be more and more uncomfortable as more and more of these companies and industries we use for services are facing concerns for various reasons. Let us know in the comments what you all think about all of this. Lastly, the statistics in the business news section is telling us that we need to be going to clubs, bars, and restaurants. Y'all know deep down, y'all trying to have fun and a good time somewhere. Let's not forget to mention the politics and business that goes into all of this. So, what amenities do y'all need from clubs and restaurants that will get y'all coming back? Let us know in the comments. Thank you for tuning in to today's meeting. It's ICT6 Radio Podcast, y'all. If there are any topics that I didn't touch today, or if you would like to add any input towards any of the topics that were touched, make sure y'all start and engage in the conversations in the comment section. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to the show. It's ICT6 Radio Podcast, y'all. See y'all next time. Come again and have a great day. is the Bae B New Year. Stay tuned.